static website. So I will also explain you what exactly this static website means and what are the advantages with the solution we are going to discuss here. All right. So yeah, this is the list of content we are going to discuss today. So first, a quick introduction. So then we will discuss what is static website hosting. Then we will discuss services used as part of the solution and why I'm suggesting you this solution over regular solutions. So then we will perform hands-on tutorial. Then I'm going to take question and answers on this solution we are discussing here. All right. So my name is Parthi. I have total 14 years of experience. So from last 8.5 years onwards, I'm completely working on Amazon Web Services. And I have total 6 certifications on AWS. I have completed Solution Architect Associate, Solution Architect Professional, SysApps Administrator, Security Specialist, DevOps Professional, and Cloud Practitioner. These all 6 certifications I have completed. And I'm a full-time working professional, and teaching is my hobby. And I'm passionate about sharing knowledge with the community. And AWS actually recognize that, and AWS recognize that with AWS Community Builder program. So this is a program where actually it is designed for the guys who is teaching AWS to the world, who is sharing knowledge to the world, right? So I'm part of that community builder program. So it has some advantages, like AWS is going to give some mentorship. They gave some subscription to learn new things, and $500 credits, AWS credits to explore new services, to teach to the world. So such type of advantages are there. And also we will list into AWS official website. So if you go to this AWS official website, you just search for AWS Community Builder, right? So you can go to this AWS Community Builder page, and here you can observe the directory of community builders, and you can search here. You can find my name. You can search with Avinash Reddy, right? So I'm part of this program from 2003 onwards. If you click here, it automatically takes you to my LinkedIn profile. So you can get in touch with me through LinkedIn profile also. So I can proudly say this is one of the honor for the work I'm doing. Right. So that is all about me. And yeah, so let's come to the workshop, right? So here in this workshop, I'm going to use some AWS services to deliver a static website. So this is our first workshop, right? So don't think why we are taking only static website, why can't we take dynamic website and all. So in our coming workshops, definitely we are going to pick dynamic website. We are going to pick services like EC2, RDS, again, Route 53 kind of services. So then we are going to deliver our dynamic applications. But this workshop is on static website. Now, firstly, what exactly the static website means? What is the behavior of the static website? Say static website means the content won't change, right? So whatever the website you are accessing, so that is going to be fixed content. For example, I will show you one website. See, whenever we are opening google.com, see this page, I can say it is a static. Why? Because whoever is accessing, right? So whoever is accessing, the developer of this page is accessing, or you accessing, me accessing, this is a fixed page, right? So similar way, I have a website, this learnaws.co.in. So in this entire world, whoever opening this website, right? So they can access same content. See, I developed this web page, right? So when I'm accessing it, is it loading any something different? No. Whatever you are viewing, same thing I'm able to view. Even I developed this web page, I hosted this web page, right? So that's what we call it as a static website hosting. So basically it's a fixed content until unless you go and you modify the content. So the content won't change. Who is accessing doesn't matter, right? So what programming languages we generally use to deliver these static websites? We generally use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So these are some common, programming languages we use to deliver a static website. See, if it is a dynamic website, we can use Java, .NET, Python, Go language. So we can use such type of programming languages. We are going to have a server. So based on the request, the server is going to respond, right? So if user 1 logs in a different page, user 2 logs in a different page, right? See, if you are taking your college website as an example, let's assume your college website. For example, let me open JNTU H. So when I'm opening this JNTU H website, see, this web page is actually a static web page. This is actually a static web page, right? So this page is going to be same whenever I go to this directorates or awards, whoever is accessing, doesn't matter. It's going to display same thing. But this website has login option. If the same website contains any login option, when I click on that login, if student is logging, it's going to show his previous credits, right, or certificates or completed course information. When faculty is logging, it's going to show their syllabus, their goals and everything. Whenever an examination department guy joins, right, it is going to show the exam schedules and everything. See, based on the person, the website is changing. So technically we call that as a dynamic website. So if you are taking your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, these all websites, your email, these all websites comes under dynamic websites. See, whenever you log into your Instagram, it shows your pictures, your videos, right? Okay, whenever you log into your Facebook account, it shows the post you published. If you want to publish any new post also, you have to log in by using your account. So if you log in, it's showing your information. If I'm logging, it is showing my information. So technically, that is a dynamic website, right? So how to build a dynamic websites? As I mentioned, I'm promising you that I'm definitely going to take some workshops in coming days to explain you to deliver this dynamic content, right? But this today, it's all on static website, and I'm going to use same domain name. So if you observe this URL, see, I'm posting this URL in our chat box for everyone. If you click on this link, automatically you will get this page. See, there is a small linked page also. If you click on this AWS flashcards, it will take you to this flashcards web page also. So if you hover your cursor on EC2, it will give you a quick introduction to what is EC2 service. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud, the scalable virtual servers in the cloud. So you hover your cursor to Lambda, it will tell you what exactly Lambda is. So I developed this web page. So, but it's a static web page with some CSS, injected web page it is. All right. So I'm going to take same domain name to explain you this entire workshop. So the workshop duration, I'm going to expect to complete this workshop in 90 minutes or less. All right. I hope you got an idea what exactly we are discussing here, what exactly we are going to perform here, and in which scenario we can use the static websites. So to deliver personal portfolios, or to prepare a company landing pages or documentation sites, or even product launch pages, or you can even simply take my website as also an example for this static website hosting. All right. So the advantages with this solution, See, whenever you're using this AWS solution, right? So firstly, it is cost effective. So how we can say it is cost effective? Say S3 is a static, hosting service. We cannot, run any servers there. It's just object-based storage in simple. So this S3, based on the data we are storing, if you are storing only 1 GB data, you will get charged for that 1 GB only. If you are getting 500 requests per second, you will get charged for that request per second only. So no need to pay anything as an upfront. Okay, so it's actually pay as you go pricing model. How much you are actually storing, how much your utilization is, you are going to get charged for that specific thing only. So that is the first advantage. See, anything if you want to launch any product, if you want to deliver something, always we worry about cost only, right? See, if someone is offering a same solution at lower cost, definitely we prefer to go with that solution, right? So S3 is a cost-effective solution. See, instead of this S3, if you are using a service called EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. So in EC2, you have to launch a server. So while launching the server, you have to choose a configuration, like for example, T4G extra large is a configuration. You have to choose this configuration, and whether you are really delivering your website or not doesn't matter. As you have picked a server, you have to pay per hour basis. If you are running a server for 24 hours, still no request hit, no request came to your website, and still you have to pay for this 24 hours in this second solution method. So that's the reason for static websites, EC2 is not at all a suitable solution. So S3 is a suitable solution. The reason, firstly, pay as you go. So what is the second advantage by using this solution? Scalability. Say this S3 platform, right, it is going to give 3,500 upload operations per second. The values I'm talking here is per second. We can upload 3,500 objects per second and 5,500 get object per second, that too per prefix. Okay, so we will talk about the prefixes, right? So in simple, per second, 5,500 requests also our website can support. So per second, 5,500 members are trying to access our website, still AWS scales it. Okay, so if it is a server, some responses may be delayed, or server may be unresponsive. It may not handle the load if you are taking a small configuration server. But with S3, automatically whatever the platform supports, you also going to get the same thing. So you will get better scalability with the solution we are going to implement. So then another advantage is high availability and durability. So when coming to this high availability, AWS is going to offer us 99.99% durability. So that means chances to lose our data is 0.000000001%. So that too, if you are storing 1 year, 100 million files, so chances to lose your data is just 1. Even we can configure bucket versioning replication rule to have 100% availability and durability. So but the default value this S3 platform supports is 99.99, total 11 nines this platform is going to support. And availability, the service availability. So chances to get a downtime. For example, if you're taking this recent Microsoft outage, say some services are down. So what are the chances? What are the chances we have to get such type of downtime for this S3 platform? So the chance is 0.01% chances are there. So AWS is giving us 99.99% availability. Right. So automatically, as we are using this platform to host our website, AWS also going to give same availability and durability for our website also. right? So these are some advantages with the solution we are with the solution we are going to prepare now. And what services we are using? The first service we are using here is Amazon S3. Why we are using it? To store our web content. Whatever the web pages we are going to deliver, right? Either it may be a simple HTML content, or it may be a big, like, a web template you can download and you can modify. So whatever that website is, we are using this S3 bucket to store all the data here. That is S3 purpose in this solution. The second service we are going to use is ACM. Okay, so ACM stands for Amazon Certificate Manager. So with the help of this service, we can generate SSL or TLS certificates, and we can map that certificate to our websites. So the advantage again, so it's for security purpose, whatever the website we are delivering, right? So it should not be prone to any attacks. So all content should be encrypted end to end. So whenever you observe any website with HTTP protocol, right? So it will tell you it's not secure to use kind of things, right? You will get such type of warnings, right? We should not get such type of warnings for our website. So we are going to implement HTTPS. For that, we need a certificate. That certificate we are going to get from ACM service. All right. So then what service we are going to include in the solution? So CloudFront distribution. So this CloudFront is a CDN service, content delivery network. So your customers may be span across entire globe, right? So you want to deliver your website without any delays to all the end customers. So for that, we can use this content delivery network. See, it is going to cache our data near to end customer geographical locations. For example, this is our S3 bucket. S3 bucket is in Mumbai region. And I have a customer here. This customer is in USA, Northern Virginia region. I have another customer. This customer is somewhere else in Australia. And the content, all website and all content is in Mumbai. So now, whenever these customers are accessing this website, obviously, when geographic distance is increased, latency also adds. Latency also increase. Latency means whenever any customer is sending any request, how quickly the request is delivered into this customer. Right. So obviously, when distance increase, latency also increase. To reduce this latency, what we are going to do, we are going to use this edge location mechanism. Whenever you're using this edge location, right, what happened? The content will store to nearby this customer location. For example, all these customers are in USA. So in USA, I'm going to case data in New York. And for this Australia user, I'm going to case data in Sydney. Now what happened? What are the data I have here? Temporarily, the data stores here. And this customer can access the data. So same way here. So now, whenever any request is coming from this US customers, the request is going to deliver from this nearby location only. So the best service to relate or understand this CloudFront is Amazon Prime Videos. I hope everybody knows what exactly Amazon Prime Videos, right? See, this Amazon Prime Videos actually hosted in Northern Virginia. And we are sitting here in India. For example, some of us are from Hyderabad, some of us from Mumbai or Kolkata, right? So whenever we are trying to access data from this USA, obviously we will get some latency, the video is going to stream. So to reduce this latency, what AWS is doing for these Hyderabad customers, there is a edge location or CDN endpoint here in Hyderabad itself. So this movie temporarily storing here. Whenever anyone from this Telugu states who is trying to play the movie, so the movie is playing from Hyderabad edge location only, nearby edge location only. So the data is caching by using this CloudFront distribution. Treat it just like a RAM in your laptop. You will have your hard disk drive. The hard disk drive size is going to be or SSD or SDD. So the size is going to be 1 TB. But if you have good RAM, you can access programs quickly. How? So most recently accessed programs or data from this hard disk drive is going to cached here in this RAM so that we can open the programs quickly. So treat this CloudFront also just like the RAM of our solution. CloudFront is acting as a RAM to speed up the process. And then Route 53. So if you are using CloudFront or S3, you are going to get some URLs, but those URLs, right, it's obviously bit difficult to remember, right? See, how many of you can remember IP address of your Google website? Do you know IP address of Google website? Obviously no, but name you can easily remember. And also, see, let's take a real life example. See, everybody have smartphones, right? Or at least a feature phone, right? In your phone, how many contacts you have? In your mobile phone, how many contacts you have? Maybe 50, 100, and someone may say 200, 500 contacts also. But the question is, right, how many is in your memory? How many you remembered? How many phone numbers you remembered in your memory? That's a big question. Hardly one or two or three numbers, or hardly 10 numbers you might remember, right? Okay. So, but if you want to call someone, you can easily search and you can call. But how the call is happening? Is the call happening with the name or actual phone number? So in your mobile, you're searching with the name, you're mapping the name with the phone number, but outside the world, the calling is happening with the unique phone number, right? So that is what this phone book is doing. It is mapping name to IP address. In similar way, this Route 53, right? It's going to map domain name with our S3 name or CloudFront distribution name. In backend, we are going to have an IP address. So we are going to map that, right? So these are the 4 services we are going to use in this solution. And yeah, it's time to perform hands-on. So now I'm going to give a quick question and answers window. If you have any questions, you can post it in our chat box or you can raise your hand. I will allow you to unmute so that we can discuss. All right. So any questions? Okay, I can see Neeraj Kumar mentioned, I have a doubt. All right. So you can post your question or you can ask that question, Neeraj. I am allowing you to unmute. You can unmute now.
Hi, good morning, sir.
Hey, Neeraj, good morning.
Sir, I have a question, sir. You are saying we can host a static website on AWS. So, sir,
Yes.
there are lots of free platforms are there. So we can host over there also, na? Like, what's the difference on posting AWS on like free platforms?
See, firstly, if you're taking any platform, see this static website or this S3, it comes under platform as a service. So you will have complete control on the process. So some platforms, third-party websites is offering you, but
Yeah.
my question, are they offering you SSL certificate? Are they offering you hosting? With full control?
No, 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 sir.
So here we are going to have complete control on the process. And
Yes.
this AWS is not just limited for this, Neeraj. So we can use this AWS to deliver our dynamic websites also. We can launch our server. Okay. So we
Yeah.
can deliver it. So the advantage with this solution is, firstly, you can see where your data is. You can create everything from scratch. So full control on the entire process.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you can call me Avinash. No one need to call me sir. I can see another questions from Mahmoud. Since we are hosting static websites where there is no need for high security, what is need for ACM? See, it is a static website. So, but see, for example, let's take this JNTU website only, Muhammad. Okay, or let's take another website, IBM. So if you go to this website, ibm.com, See, is this a static website or a dynamic website? Is this a static website or dynamic website? Static. See, if you are getting here, for example, if you are getting here, if let me show you, http colon, if it is showing something like this, whenever you are accessing IBM website, if it is showing your connection to the site is not secured, you should not enter any sensitive information kind of thing. Okay, if you see this message, what impression you will get? Obviously, it gives negative impression, right? So, and it's always recommended to use HTTPS protocol over HTTP. Okay, so for that purpose, we are going to, or there is some attack called man in middle attack. For example, I'm delivering this website. Whenever you're trying to open, so what happened, this website is going to open, but in between a hacker, this is my S3 platform or website, this is you, right? This is you, here is your laptop, and you're opening the static website. Fine, it is a static website. So, but whenever I forget about this HTTPS is not implemented, SSL is not implemented. And whenever my web server is giving response, there is an attack called man in middle attack. So man in middle attack happened, the content got changed. So instead of this image, he added a funny image. Instead of this 14 years, he have added minus 14. Just like, instead of this, it is redirecting to something, a fault website. How we can prevent this? It is a static website. You are sending a request and my server is delivering the content. But there is a chance to tamper or alter the content, right? So how we can secure the responses we are getting from the server? Okay, if we are using SSL certificate, so chances are going to be very, very minimal to get the data altered or tampered. Okay, so we have lot of such type of attacks. So I have picked man in middle attack to explain you the things. All right, so okay, good to hear your question is answered. S3 supports 3500 or 5500 get, put, post and delete, means content is dynamic in this case. But you are saying no, Ajay. See, whenever you are accessing this website, it's a get operation, right? It is not an update operation. So if you are updating the content, yes. Content is changing based on the user, yes. See, if it is a static website, observe this. I have a simple image here. I already written that point here. See, content doesn't change unless you manually update. So whenever we are manually updating the content, then only content is changing, right? So it won't comes under dynamic. It actually comes under static content only. All right, Ajay, any other questions, guys? Abhishek or Sanjay, I can see you guys raise your hand. I allowed you to unmute.
Hello.
If you have, yes, go ahead, Sanjay.
Sir, there is a here AWS and Azure and GCP. These three are famous cloud.
Yes.
What is the difference between the these two and the AWS? Why all numbers are using AWS? Why not
Mm.
choose the GCP and Azure?
Sanjay, this will go off topic actually. So I will definitely pick your question, but to make you understand, I'll give you a very simple example. Okay. See, we have car manufacturers, right? We have Tata, we have Maruti Suzuki, we have Audi, right? We have Skoda. See, all are cars only. If you want to purchase, which one you pick?
Based on my budget and the futures.
Exactly. See, whatever the one you mentioned, AWS, Azure, GCP, Fujitsu, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud, Rackspace, Tencent Cloud. So these all are cloud service providers only. So based on the market share, based on the service they are offering, right? So based on the cost, organization prefer to go with this, right? So AWS market share is huge. Many customers are using AWS, and it's it provides vast security, and their infrastructure also vast. So that's the reason AWS is global leader in this segment. So when more customers are there, like more revenue generates, more job opportunities also you will get.
So there is a Azure also more giving more jobs opportunity.
See, I will show you the stats. Okay. Say again, Sanjay, it's going off topic. See, we are here to discuss the solution, right? So now we will go off topic, but I will suggest you one thing. Okay. AWS and Azure comparison, right? So you can go with this Gartner report, Gartner Magic Quadrant. So this is a recent report, AWS versus Microsoft, Azure. So this is not my website. So you can see that reviews and customer overall ratings and everything here, right? So you will come to know so who is global leader. And also AWS named as a global leader from last 14 years onwards. Okay, AWS global leader, Gartner report. You can see this. AWS recognized as a leader in 2024. You see this. Amazon, see, Microsoft is followed by, and lot of other services also there. But who is leader? You prefer to
AWS.
go with it, right? So
Okay.
AWS named as a leader for 14th consecutive year. You go 13th year in a row in 2023. In 2024, 14th consecutive
14.
year. So
Yes, sir.
AWS is a clear leader in this segment. Obviously, Microsoft is followed by then Google.
Google.
I'll definitely admit that. So now it's your call. But all are doing same thing. Whatever AWS is doing, Microsoft is doing. But how quickly they are adapting the solution, how quickly they are making it available for everyone, and at what cost they are offering.
Okay,
Right.
sir.
See, with the recent outage, you prefer to go with the Linux operating system or Microsoft operating system?
I feel Microsoft.
You still go with Microsoft?
So Linux is the command mostly.
Forget about that. Your comfort doesn't matter,
Comfort means
but
Linux is the
airports and
most secure.
everything. See,
Linux is more
recently this
secure.
airport and everything got struck,
Yeah,
right? Because of Microsoft outage. So if you own airlines, you go with this Microsoft or Linux?
go with Linux, sir.
Go with Linux, right? All
Yeah.
right. So let's keep the topic aside. We are going completely off topic, Sanjay. If you still
Okay, sir.
have any questions, we will discuss it at end of this workshop. So now let's start implementing the solution we are discussing. Okay. So just give me a minute, guys. I'm going to clean up the resources that I'm going to prepare everything from scratch. So let me do little cleanup. Oops, I mean, so the website I have shown you, right? So that I'm going to build everything from scratch. So that is the reason I'm going to take a minute. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can post your questions in our chat box. I will definitely pick your questions from the chat box. right? Okay, I just want to show you everything from scratch. So, but the website I have shown you, right, it is fully active and functional. So that is the reason I'm taking a minute break and I'm cleaning up the resources. Okay, I almost completed the cleanup process. So now whatever the website I have shown you, right, that learnaws.co.in, that website won't work anymore now. So I'm going to deliver same website from scratch again. Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, I can see some questions. Instead of certificate manager, secure data, we use web application firewall. Yes, we can use that, Nazia. Static and dynamic website are different. Yes. Can I deploy my portfolio? Yes, Uttam. Yes, you can deploy your portfolio by using S3. Right. So now, firstly, if you want to deliver a website end to end, so first we are using S3 to host our website, right? So we have to create an S3 bucket. So let's go to S3 platform and you choose a region where you want to create your bucket. So the content actually stores in that location. See, I'm from I'm sitting in Hyderabad. So I'm taking Mumbai as my nearby region, then click on create bucket. Click on create bucket and the bucket name should be same as your domain name. See, if you want to deliver end to end, what you need to do? So your S3 bucket name should be same as domain name. So where we can purchase domain names? So you can use GoDaddy or you can use Namecheap, right? Or you can use BigRock. So we have this domain reseller service in AWS Route 53 also. So you can purchase one domain name here if you want to map, but this is purely optional. If you just want to deliver your website by using CloudFront distribution or S3 URL, so you can obviously skip this DNS, but later, if you want to map your domain name, your bucket name and your domain name should be same. My domain name is learnaws.co.in is my domain name. Now what I need to do? I have to create a bucket with the same name. So here I have to give learnaws.co.in. For example, if you purchase learnaws.com, your domain, your bucket name also should be same. So then you can leave everything to default. Okay, you can leave everything to default. So the solution I'm explaining here, we are not going to directly deliver content from S3 bucket. Okay, we are using CloudFront distribution to deliver the content. If you don't want to use that CloudFront distribution, so what we can do, we can directly make this S3 bucket public and we can deliver. I will demonstrate that as well as a first thing. So create a bucket and so the bucket name someone already picked. So we have to choose a bucket name that actually available. So right, so the bucket is actually created. So our bucket name is learnaws.co.in. Just like this is a demo purpose I created. So this is a bucket. It created it in Mumbai region. All right. Is this bucket made public? No. Block all public access. Generally, we will get block all public access as a on. So no one can make any data public from this S3 bucket. So now we need some content. We need some website content. Okay. So this web content you can download from a third-party website, or you can prepare a very simple one also, or you can if you have any knowledge on HTML and all, you can use that as well. So what I'm going to show you here, I'm going to take a simple HTML file. Okay. I'm opening HTML, closing the HTML. So then I'm giving a header. This is a workshop on AWS S3 static website hosting. So then I'm closing the header. This is a very simple HTML page. So I'm going to save this as a index.html. So generally you take any static content, default or landing page is going to be index.html only. So now this web page actually created on my desktop. Okay. So let's observe that under documents, or where is that? Here is the index.html. Whenever we open this by using a browser, we will get the output. This is my web page. So we can use this very simple file. That is one option. Again, no, Avinash, I don't want to go with this very simple file. I want to go with a template. So what you can do, you go to this free HTML, free CSS templates. So there is a website, you see this free-css.com. You go to the website and this website templates are absolutely free, no copyright issues also. Okay, I have shared that URL in our chat box. You can pick from there. So you go to this free-css.com. If you whatever template you want to download, you just go there, and here we have an option called download. If you want, you can live demo also. You can click on this live demo. You can observe the website. So if you are okay with it, you can go and pick it, right? So then click on this download option. So now the template downloaded, but it is downloaded as a zip format. Just unzip this. Just unzip that. So here is all web content. These are the assets, index.html, readme file. Now what you need to do, you have to upload all this data to our S3 bucket. So select all these files. You can do drag and drop to our S3 bucket, or you can use any browse method also. Click on upload, add folders, then you can go to the location where you have files, then you can upload. Otherwise, you can simply select all and just drag and drop to this location. Now click on upload, and the file, now all this template is now uploading to our S3 platform. Right, it is uploading now. All right, so all the web content now uploaded here. See, if you want to test it, you can select this index.html and click on open. It is loading, but it is not loading properly. So we will fix it. Okay, so the web content is now uploaded. Now, next thing. So the content is in our S3 bucket. The content is in S3 bucket now. So next, we can directly use a feature. See, this S3 supports directly static website hosting, right? So for that, what we need to do, go to properties of this S3 bucket, scroll down to bottom under property screen, edit, and enable this static website hosting. And I'm going to host a static website. And what is a default document? Index.html is a default document. So then So this is a landing page. If you want to give any error page like the page under construction kind of things, you can give that here. So I'm giving index.html, scroll down, save changes. Now static website hosting is enabled and we got the bucket website endpoint also. But will it work is a question. Let's access this. So whenever we are trying to access that, right, it is giving 403 forbidden access denied error. It is not working. So why the reason? What is the reason? See, the website content we uploaded here, but this content is completely private. Okay, so we cannot, we have not made this data public. As we have not made this data public, so any user cannot access it. See, I'm sharing this URL in our chat box. You can even click on that link. Okay, we can even click on that link. You will also get this output. So how to fix it? So we have to make this entire data public. Okay, so for that, what we need to do, you select all data, go to actions, the last option, make public using ACL. See, sometimes what happened, this option may be in disable mode. So why? Under permissions, this object ownership, right? So most of the times these ACLs are going to be in disable mode. When ACL is in disable mode, when you go to actions, this option is disabled. Okay, so to fix this issue, go to permissions, under object ownership, edit, enable ACL. ACL need to enable, I acknowledge, then save changes. So now ACL's enable. Again, one more thing, block all public access is on. So if this feature is on, whatever data we have in this S3 bucket, we cannot make it public. If you want to make it public, that feature should be disabled. See, this option is enabled. Let me give a try. I selected, then when I click on make public, it is giving an error. So it all giving errors. So why? So the reason is on our bucket under permissions, block all public access is on. We have to edit, we have to disable this feature. I know it is not a secured option and this is not the final solution. If you want to directly host your website by using S3, how we can do that? That is what I'm explaining now. All right. So now you select all your data, actions, make public using ACL, click on make public. Now all this data made public. So this URL will start work. So when I give refresh, you see this, this all website, this website, right? It is working now. Okay, so you can just go and select some sample data here, right? So it is going to show you that, it's a sample website, right? So this website now can be accessible by everyone. Can you guys test it for me, please? Can someone test it and confirm me whether you guys are able to access? All right, Muhammad tested. Thanks, Muhammad. Okay, thanks Omkar, Hemant, Venkat. All right, thank you guys for testing this. So you are able to access this website, right? So this is easiest option. Okay, but I don't recommend this. You see this? Not secured. Observe here at my cursor. Is it secured? No. And also, we are making our bucket also publicly accessible. If you know my bucket name, you can download all the data from here also. Okay. So the solution is working. You are able to deliver static website, right? So, but problem is, right, we are not delivering via secured option. And also, so this bucket is in Mumbai region. This bucket is in Mumbai region. And if we have customers across the globe, I have some customers in USA, right, who access this website. I have some another customers in Australia. I have some customers in South Africa. When those guys are accessing my website, they're complaining that Avinash, your website is loading very, very slow. they are giving complaints on this websites and its loading time. I have to fix that latency issues also. Okay, so how I can fix that latency issue, right? To fix a latency issue, we have to use CloudFront distribution. That's the first option. And to get secured option here, see, I'm hosting this much website, I'm delivering such type of good big website, and having this not secured option here is not at all acceptable thing in market, right? Whoever accessing this website, they will get a trust issues, right? So this should be changed to secure, and my content should delivered with low latency. Two things. Third thing, I don't want to compromise on my S3 security. I don't want to make data public. So these three steps we are going to implement now. I hope you guys are clear what actually we are going to do. So firstly, initially we have hosted static website, right? With S3, directly with S3 also we hosted. And now we are going to use ACM to generate SSL certificate. So we can apply that certificate here. So it won't show not secured, it will show as a secured. That's the first thing. To improve delivery speed, right, or reduce latency by CloudFront. So for this purpose, we are using CloudFront distribution here. Okay. Right. So that is a secondary thing. Now, don't want to make S3 bucket public for security reasons. Okay, the solution we are discussing is going to fix all these three issues. So let's fix this. I'm not going to make this S3 bucket public. Okay, let's modify this bucket properties now. I'm going to block all public access, enabling block all public access. Confirm. So now website won't work, it will stop working. You see this, immediately website stopped working. The reason, I have enabled block all public access. And also let me disable ACLs also. So whatever I have explained so far, I have revoked it. But my S3 bucket is ready. I'm even not going to enable static website hosting. So static website hosting also disable. So that means I have a bucket. I just have a bucket. I have uploaded the content here. That's the first step we performed. Now, second step, go to Route 53. So Route 53 is a DNS service. Okay, firstly, we have to create a hosted zone. So your hosted zone name and your domain name should be same. learnaws.co.in. Then if you want to host a public domain, you select public hosted zone, then scroll down, create hosted zone. So one hosted zone is created here, right? So this hosted zone, we will keep it. Okay, so see, for our Route 50, for our ACM certificate, this Route 53 is required. So now go to ACM, Amazon Certificate Manager. Right, here is a certificate manager. And if you decided to use CloudFront distribution, you have to choose Northern Virginia only. If you are under Mumbai region, if you create a ACM certificate here, you cannot use that with CloudFront distribution. So this is an important point to consider. So CloudFront is a global service. So you have to create ACM certificate in Northern Virginia only. Okay. So I have selected Northern Virginia here. Then go to list certificates. I don't have any certificate here. So let's create a certificate now. Click on request. So request a public certificate that works in most of the browsers and operating systems. Click on next. So what is the domain name? My domain name is learnaws.co.in is my domain name. So how you are going to prove ownership on this domain? See, can I simply give google.com and can I get a SSL certificate for google.com? Obviously no, right? So if you want to get a SSL certificate, so you should prove your ownership. learnaws.co.in is my domain name. If you have any subdomains, you can even give like a wildcard entry or like a web dot or contact dot, such type of things also we can give. I'm giving my domain name learnaws.co.in. So I'm going to prove my ownership by using DNS validation. So then I'm giving RSA2048 encryption. It's most widely used encryption. So whatever the data you are uploading to the website or downloading from the website, it is going to be encrypted end to end. Okay, so then scroll down, request. So now a certificate requested, and what is the current status? Pending validation. Scroll down, it will show you the domain here, right? You just give a refresh and you see this create records in route 53. It's successfully created. If you want to try again, you select that, you click on create and the status is issued. So AWS ACM service is given an SSL certificate that working with RSA 2048 mechanism. Okay, and we can use this certificate for our AWS services. Okay, so the domain name is learnaws.co.in. So that is how exactly we can generate an ACM certificate. Okay, now I will give you a quick question answers window. Okay, so if you have any questions on the topics, technical topics, let's stick to technical topics only, please. If you have any questions, we will discuss that now on this ACM, Amazon Certificate Manager. Any questions, guys? Okay, I can see some raised hands. Sanjay, you can unmute if you have question. Sunil, you can. Guys, if you have any question, then only please raise the hand. Yes, Manikanta.
Avinash, Amazon certificate is free of cost.
Yes, one certificate AWS is giving under free tier limitation. So as it is a AWS issued, Amazon issued certificate, right? So AWS is not going to cost us anything for this ACM certificate.
Okay, Route 53 also free of cost.
Route 53, one hosted zone will cost us 50 cents per month. It's a $0.50 per month. But compared to other all hosting services, so that is, yeah, very, very cheap. Is it mandatory to select Virginia to request a certificate? See, if you want to use that certificate with CloudFront, yes, it is mandatory. If you want to use with other services like a load balancer and all, so you no need to select Northern Virginia. If I have a load balancer in Mumbai, I can choose Mumbai and I can request a certificate. But my requirement is I want to deliver this via CloudFront distribution. So obviously, I have to request a certificate in Northern Virginia. That is mandatory. Okay. Is this signed by AWS? Can we choose someone else to sign the certificate? So if you are using this ACM certificate, Kamal, we don't have any other providers to enable that certificate. So if you want to, you can use the CA. If you already have a certificate, you can import that here. Okay, you can use with ACM. But if you are requesting, so obviously it's going to be AWS issued or AWS signed certificate only. CloudFront is used to near edge location, but you selected Northern Virginia. See, I selected Northern Virginia for SSL certificate. Okay, my bucket is in Mumbai, Nazia. We have to choose only that region in which we want to deliver the content. I didn't understand that question. Nilesh, please elaborate. All right. So my SSL certificate is ready. Now I'm going to create CloudFront distribution. So go to CloudFront distribution. Wildcard SSL can create with ACM. Yes, we can create, Varun. We can create wildcard SSL also. Okay, so I already have this. Let me delete it. Now click on create distribution in CloudFront. See, CloudFront, whenever we are in CloudFront screen, right, it's not allowing us to select any other regions. So obviously, like the certificate and everything should be in Northern Virginia. That is the reason. If it is allowing us to select the region, yes, you can create ACM also in that region. So CloudFront is a global service. Click on create distribution. So where is your bucket? Origin is nothing but our bucket, where our web content is. Our website content is in this bucket. So go to CloudFront and pick that bucket. Okay, learnaws.co.in is my bucket I selected here. Now, how this CloudFront distribution is going to access data from S3? See, all my web content, now what we are doing, this is our S3 bucket. Okay, so what we are doing, we are using CloudFront distribution to deliver this S3 content to outside world. On top of this CloudFront distribution, we are mapping Route 53. Okay, so but the thing is, how this CloudFront distribution is going to access data from S3? Both are two different services, right? So we have to provide appropriate permissions for this CloudFront distribution to get data from this S3 bucket. So for that purpose, we can apply this origin access. Origin access control setting is a recommended one. So click on origin access control setting. Click on create new OAC, origin access control. Click on create, give a name. So my workshop origin access control is the name I'm giving same as a description, and all these requests are going to be signed. So go with the regular option, then click on create. All right, now what happened? A bucket policy is going to create. So this origin access control is going to give a bucket policy. So that bucket policy we have to pick here and we have to apply on our S3 bucket policy here. Okay, so that we have to do. So I have created new origin access control. So then scroll down. I want to, I don't want to compress the data or compress the data, and whatever request is coming to HTTP, I want to redirect it to HTTPS. This is more secured option. I want to redirect the HTTP content to HTTPS. So select this and I'm going to allow all get head operations. Then scroll down, caching policy. I'm going with all these default options, not enabling this WAF, web application firewall. Under setting, here I'm going to choose all edge locations. See, I have selected my S3 bucket here. So then I have created origin access control. So then I am configuring HTTP to HTTPS redirection. So then I'm going to use all edge locations for best performance. Where my website users are there doesn't matter. Where are they sitting doesn't matter. My website is going to deliver without any latency only. So I'm selecting use all edge locations. So now, whenever we create this CloudFront distribution, we are going to get a URL in this manner, some random id .cloudfront.net. So obviously, this is a bit difficult to remember. So instead of remembering this only, what we are doing, we have a domain name, right? learnaws.co.in. So I have added that as an alternative domain name. It's purely optional. Even if you don't have any domain name, you can leave it. You can leave this SSL certificate also if you don't have any domain name. As domain name purchase involved with some pricing, right? Some costing, right? If you don't purchase, you keep it empty, you leave it empty. This highlighted parts, CNAME and SSL, you leave both empty, right? But I want to show end to end, and I have a domain name. I have selected that learn AWS core.in, and custom SSL certificate, I'm going to select the ACM certificate we created. So I selected that here, and you read this. This certificate must be in Northern Virginia region only. Sometime back, Muhammad, you raised this point, right? So the certificate should be in Northern Virginia. Yes, the certificate must be in Northern Virginia only. Then only it will display here, as this service is global. So now I'm going to configure default root object. Whenever we are trying to access this CloudFront distribution, what page we are going to load? I'm going to load this index.html page. So you can give index.html here, then scroll down and create distribution. That's it. Now our CloudFront distribution is creating, and as we discussed, AWS is giving a bucket policy. Copy that bucket policy, paste it on our S3 bucket policy screen. Go to the bucket permissions, scroll down, edit, apply the bucket policy here. So what this bucket policy is doing? So within this bucket, whatever the data we have, the get object permission we are giving to CloudFront service, that to a specific CloudFront distribution. So only that specific CloudFront distribution has permission to access this data. So we are not compromising on S3 bucket security settings. Observe here under permissions, did I disable block all public access? No. Whatever data I have inside this bucket, it is still private. I have not disable or turn on this block all public access. So my data is secured. That's the first thing. And this CloudFront distribution is creating. So once this deployment completed, we can access this. You observe this. This is what the CloudFront distribution domain name. So you copy this domain name, you paste it here, and we will get the output. And also automatically it is delivering traffic to HTTPS. Even manually, if you are giving HTTP, it is automatically redirecting to HTTPS also. So whatever the web content we have taken, so that is now delivering via CloudFront distribution. So if you are accessing this URL, that means the content is delivering from your nearby location. Okay, so that is how exactly we can create this CloudFront distribution. All right, so now again, how we can access by using the domain name. If I go and if I give this learnaws.co.in, sorry, if I go here, if I give learnaws.co.in, is it going to deliver? No. You see this? It's not delivering any website. The previous output, right? It's loaded from browser cache. Ignore that. See, not able to access. How we can map this domain name to, right? This CloudFront domain name to our Route 53 or purchase domain. So for that, we have to depend on Route 53. Let's go to Route 53 screen. And here we have a hosted zone, right? We have a hosted zone here. Go to that hosted zone and create a record. Click on create record. Now, whoever is accessing this learnaws.co.in, I'm enabling an alias route traffic to CloudFront. Go to this CloudFront, click here, it is going to show you the CloudFront distribution. Okay, so pick the CloudFront distribution, then create records. That's it. Instead of this CloudFront distribution URL, we can simply give learnaws.co.in and the website is going to deliver. Okay, let's test it. I'm taking an incognito window. I'm giving learnaws.co.in, and you see this, the website is now loading. And also I'm posting this in our chat box. You just click on that URL, you will get the required output. Can you guys test it for me, please? Can you click on this learnaws.co.in? Can you type this learnaws.co.in in your browser and confirm me whether you are able to get this web page? And this CloudFront has a very good feature. So that is based on end customer's geographical location, we can deliver the content. For example, this website learnaws.co.in should be accessible by only Indian users. If anyone is trying to access from any other country, it should not be accessible. So such type of geolocation restriction also we can set up. So for testing this, anyone joined from any other country? In this workshop, anyone joined from any other country for testing purpose, guys? Is everybody from India? Muhammadi, can you? Okay, Muhammadi is from USA. All right. So we will take Muhammadi's help to test this. All right. So I will do one thing. I'm going to allow this for Indian users, or I'm going to block it for USA. Okay. So let's do that now. I'm in this distribution, CloudFront distribution. And if you scroll down, right, under security, if you go to security and expand this CloudFront geographic restrictions, there is an option called countries. So click on edit these countries. So you can add only allowed countries or blocked countries. So for testing purpose, what I'm doing, I'm going to block list United States. Okay, I'm going to block list United States and save changes. So now what happens? See, this website won't work for United States, guys. Or for testing purpose, let me add India also. Let me edit here. Let me block India also, so that I can also show you output. So this website won't work for India and United States, guys. So if you are from any other country apart from India and United States, you can test it. Okay, let's go here. Let's try to access. You say this. The request could not be satisfied. And read the description. Amazon CloudFront distribution is configured to block access from your country. So as this request is originated, right? So this website is this originated from India. This is not delivering any content. So is it happening for you also? While or Muhammadi is easy to call. Can you test it for me, Muhammadi? So Avinash, just open a new window and try. So it's blocked in India, not working. Yeah. Right. So if I want to allow for only Indian users, what I can do, I can make it allow list and save changes. Right. So the website works only for Indian users. If you are not from India, you cannot access this website. You just need to wait for a minute or just generate some requests. So what I did, I have modified this now. I have added India to only allowed list. Allow list is India. So it is allowing only from India. So if you are not from India, this website won't work. So you observe now, it will start works. All right. So this is another good feature we have with this CloudFront distribution. If you are delivering your static website by using CloudFront distribution, right? This is an advantage. Geolocation routing is same or is it different? See, geolocation routing also similar mechanism, but geolocation routing, right? So based on the origin, right, we can deliver it. So technically it's almost same. Here also it uses geolocation routing only, but allowed or denied is a thing here. All right. So that is end-to-end workshop that as we discussed. All right. So similar way, what actually I did. So now I'm delivering this simple, car websites, right? Car villa website, right? So instead of this car villa, what I did, I have hosted my content. Instead of this, let me delete this and let me host my actual website content. So I'm deleting it. Or we can do one more thing. I can even make this bucket empty bucket. So it is going to delete everything that I have inside the bucket. All right, everything is emptied. And now I can host my actual website content I have shown you, right? So this, where is that? This is my website content. So I'm going to pick this. Let me, it's added. A couple of additional things added here. Now, let me copy all this. Let me upload to my bucket. Okay. So now if you guys try to access this, see, it's still loading the car data only, right? See what I did, I have deleted the data, but still if we go here, if you are trying to access, still all data is delivering. So why? So the data is delivering from nearby edge location, not from the actual origin, right? So that's the reason it is delivering from it is delivering from cache. So how I can clear the cache? So for that we have an option called invalidation. Create invalidation. Just I'm clearing everything. Invalidation means whatever the data cached, so that all data is going to be cleaned up. So you can observe this website is now loading. Seems some problem with the image I have. So that is not loading, but that's okay. I will fix it offline. So you see, now this entire website is loading. All right. So yeah, if you have any questions on this workshop, I'm open to your questions now. Is there any free services to host a demo website? So you can use this S3 platform. So AWS is giving free tier limitation. See, whatever the solution we discussed, only one service is involved with cost, that is this Route 53 hosted zone. Apart from this Route 53 hosted zone, remaining all services are free. So you can simply use S3 bucket. You can host your website by using the static website hosting. If you want to host for free, AWS is giving 2000 put request, 20,000 get request, and 5 GB under free tier limitation for first 12 months. So that free tier is sufficient to deliver the content, your website from S3 platform. And ACM certificate is free. And CloudFront distribution also allow us to deliver 50 GB content. It allow us to deliver 50 GB content under free tier limitation. So that is also free in this solution now. How to create an AWS account? See, creating an AWS account is not here. What you can do, you can just go to YouTube. You can search for AWS with Avinash Reddy. You can search for AWS with Avinash Reddy, and here we have a video on account creation. You can follow that, Raju. Is it possible to integrate this setup to CI/CD pipeline? Yes, we can do that, Ajay. So for that, we have a service called Code Pipeline, right? So you go to Code Pipeline and create the pipeline. So what you can do, whatever the content you are delivering, right, you can get it to S3. So whenever any content updated to this S3 bucket, right, so what you can do, you can pick the data, and build is not required, and we do have options to deploy it. So we can automate this process by using some pipelines. If it is a server, pipeline is most useful, but for static website, pipeline, like, we can achieve it, but not that much feasible in my opinion. Sir, will you be giving the document of how to host static website? We can practice a workshop. I have not prepared any document, Monica. So, but this session is a recorded one. You can refer this recording multiple times and you can follow same and you can practice. It's available in our Naresh IT YouTube channel also. And uh, if anyone is looking for AWS training, a new batch is starting tomorrow 9 a.m. IST onwards. So from 29th onwards, 9 a.m. IST, a new batch is starting. So you can register to that new batch, and so there we are going to discuss everything from scratch: account creation, cloud computing introduction, everything we are going to discuss from scratch. And the course duration is going to be, yeah, this is the image. So you can take a picture or you can take a screenshot. And here is a Zoom meeting link. I'm sharing that in our chat box as well. Uh, right, so let me share that in our chat box. You can just click on it, or this is loading the entire thing. Not able to copy the text. Let me do one thing. I will copy it from my mobile. It's 8267331456. All right, so that is the meeting link I have shared in our chat box for everyone. You can use that and you can join this meeting link tomorrow. So we will discuss like introduction to cloud computing, what is service models of cloud computing, what is deployment models of cloud computing, right? So we have a course content. I will even share you that course content also. We are going to discuss all these services: introduction to cloud computing, IAM. We are going to discuss Linux as well, EC2, load balancers, all these things also we are going to discuss in the course that is going to start tomorrow. All right. So yeah, any other questions for me, guys? Okay, so if no questions, so thanks for your time and thanks for joining this free workshop, guys. and see you again another workshop if you already have some experience. But if you are completely new to AWS, you can join from tomorrow onwards, and we can explore AWS. I can see some questions now. By using Elastic Beanstalk, can we create the static website? Yes, we can do that, Venkatesh. So Beanstalk is supporting PHP also. So if you go to Beanstalk, right? So in Beanstalk, so we have a platform that supports PHP. Whenever you are creating an application, right, it will ask you the platform. So if you are selecting PHP platform, yes, you can upload all your data and you can deliver it. Absolutely, we can deliver it. What happened? We not delayed S3 from 1 month. See, 1 year it comes under free tier eligibility. For 1 year, it comes under free tier eligibility. So you won't get charged if you are not exceeding 5 GB data. Sanjay, how much time will take for certifications? It depends on person to person preparation, Deva. Right. So if it is a cloud practitioner certification, we can prepare within 30 days and we can complete. If it is a solution architect, you can plan for at least, you have to prepare at least for 90 days, and then you can attempt that exam. Which one is better and what best is using Apple or Windows? I personally use Linux operating system, not exactly the Apple, but I personally uses Linux flavors. Why? Because it has good community, chances to security compromise and everything is less, right? So and it's works on small hardware also, Yogesh. So I personally prefer Apple or Linux flavors over Windows operating system. So even at enterprise level also, most of the organization uses this Linux. So duration of the course is going to be 50 to 55 sessions, Nilesh. The fee, the course duration, everything we will discuss in our tomorrow's demo session. And the fee, actually it's with Naresh IT only. So I assume it's going to be 14,000 with recordings, Nilesh, and 10,000 without recordings. So that Naresh team will confirm tomorrow. Does this course help us learning in certification? Yes, 100%, Ajay. So this course will help you to, basically these are pass guarantee programs. So you can clear any of these certification exam if you attend the demo sessions and if you complete the course. So you can complete cloud practitioner, solution architect associate, developer, and sysops administrator. These certifications, it's a pass guarantee program. And we are going to discuss DevOps services also, like code commit, code build, code pipeline, as well as we are going to discuss container service. We are going to discuss multi-account management also as part of the course. All right. Yeah, that's it for this workshop, and thanks for your time. See you again next workshop, or see you again tomorrow. Thank you, guys.